Hi everybody, it's Andrew from QPR Solutions here. The reason for this video today is to give you a bit of an understanding of how to make your CV stand out. So in today's climate and in the way that we are seeing things post COVID-19 as recruiters, we provide some of these videos free content to allow you to try and help yourselves in securing your next position, whether that be through us or through another employer or employment agency. Now, I want to give you a few tips and hints. If you happen to see this video, you should find it useful in securing your next interview, and then it's down to you. So the first tip is the layout of your CV. So some people, I see hundreds and have seen thousands and thousands of CVs over the years. And what I find is that with CVs is simplistic is best, but it has to follow a very straightforward format so employers and people that are reading your CV can find the information they want very easily. So here's a few tips on the layout. First and foremost, you start with your basic information. At the top, you'll have some basic information. Nothing too personal because we don't want to give too much personal information away. Just your name, your contact details, the location that you're looking to look for work in, and where they can and how they can get hold of you best. The next bit, really what it's got to be is your bio. Your bio being your goals, achievements, and aspirations. Don't go into too much personal information here. Lots of people do. It's not what employers want to see. They want to see what relative information you can provide them with about your career. The next thing is your career history. So detailed career history. Don't just put, I worked here and this is what I done. What the employers want to see and what helps you secure your job interviews are things that include your highlights in that role, any targets that you've achieved, anything that stands out that may be relative to the position that you're applying for. The next thing would be your education and any additional qualifications that you've obtained over the years and time that you've been working for in your career. Those can be as little as GCSEs or even BTEC, whatever qualifications that you've achieved. Employers do want to see them, but they're less relevant nowadays in terms of the job that you're applying for, unless you're applying for some sort of internship or low-level apprenticeship. The next thing is about you. Now, again, this is about you, but not too personable. What we need to make sure here is that you've got the information that you're providing the employer with is key, factual, and talks about you, but just displays a little bit of personality. So you're just telling them a bit about yourself, the things you enjoy. Ideally, if you like a drink, that would not go down on an employer if you like socialising and going out every week because it doesn't look great. But on the other hand, then what that does show is you will have good personal skills. So make sure that's bespoke to the employer. And finally, if you can, a reference or a recommendation from somebody is absolutely brilliant. Brilliant information for an employer. They like to see that someone is prepared to put up someone else so they can speak to them about the opportunity that they have and whether or not you're the match or the right fit for them. Here's the biggest tip of all. Your CV must be relevant for the job you're applying for. If it isn't, create 2, 3, 4, 5 versions of it that allows you to apply for jobs that are relevant to your CV. If your CV has one thing on it and you're applying for something that doesn't show your career or the highlights or in fact shows you to your best light, you're unlikely to get those interviews and get those positions. So make sure you are somebody that takes that seriously, creates a couple of CVs. It takes longer, but ultimately you will get more interviews. The next tip, a cover letter. A lot of people send cover letters or they send a little bit of information about themselves. A cover letter is fantastic. A cover letter can often be something that gets you an interview above your CV, especially if there's things in there such as career gaps which you can explain but they don't show in your CV in a great light. Make sure you take the time to actually provide yourself with the ammunition to obtain the interviews. And probably the thing that we find the most as recruiters, I'm sure lots of agencies and recruitment consultants will back this up to me, is that people apply for jobs they just simply have no experience in, and that is nothing more than the waste of your time or the people that you apply for, the jobs that you apply for's time. Make sure that you apply for jobs that are specific to your career. Concentrate on taking stepping stones and stepping goals to achieve your bigger goal. Don't just think that you can speculatively apply for something that's going to, because if a position comes in at a more junior level within that one company that you really want to work for, and you've applied for something way more senior, they'll look at it and think that you might not actually be suitable because it might not be right for you. You've got to take your CV very, very seriously if you want to achieve what your career goals are, and that is to get the perfect job role for you. I hope this has been useful. Again, it's a short video to just help you in understanding what we see as a recruiter, what the employers see, and what we want to see when we're helping people find work. Any questions, please get in touch. Again, all social activity is welcome. We are very, very delighted to be providing these videos. There'll be lots more content coming out very shortly, and we thank you for listening. Goodbye.